FPL Gameweek 28 team selection. In this video, we're going to be looking at my team selection for Gameweek 28, talking about what I'm going to be doing with my transfer, as well as what my solution is to the Cunha dilemma that I have as well. And then just to touch on captaincy as well as to whether or not it should be on Cole Palmer or Mo Salah. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys. Just gotta take a little bit of a recap on game week 27 so you can see where my team is at. That way you know why I'm making my decisions. I dropped down, had a red arrow to 189k. It's a rank I had previously, I think about 3 game weeks ago. So yeah, my front line really let me down. Points came in through the defense really of the Liverpool side. And the painful part is I had a lot of points on the bench there, which is Gabriel, Rodgers, and even Raya. So, even Mo Salah letting us down after Cole Palmer really dropping, heading a blank. So we were really hoping that Mo Salah could come through with more as Salah captainers. But yeah, it is what it is. That's the state of the team. Changes to be made, definitely. Let's go into my transfer thoughts for this game week. And I have one free transfer with about 3.5 mil in the bank. And let's start with the Cunha. For Cunha, right, I do like the option of Wissa, but my Cunha solution for this game week is to actually not make a transfer on Cunha, considering I have one free transfer, and rather make the transfer on my midfielder. But the reason being is I feel that I would be in a better position in terms of making a transfer for another asset that has a better fixture in game week 29, which is the blank game week, small blank game week. So I want to see what the performance of Wolves really is, because then maybe Stern Nelson might actually be an adequate replacement for Cunha, because the fixtures look good. And I think if he can perform up against a very good defensive team like Everton, then maybe we might just stay with Wolves and actually just go for Cunha. The very same way Beto has become a very good option as opposed to Ndai. That could really be the same situation. I'd rather just hold on that Cunha transfer and actually observe them and see how they perform without him. And if they don't perform, of course, then go elsewhere in that game week as well. I just don't like Wissa's fixtures after this game week, to be honest, going on into game week 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So, yeah, I just feel like there are better transfers that can be made even in game week 31. So, I will need somebody to replace him, of course, but I'd rather make that transfer in game week 29. So right now, the free transfer looks like it will be made in the midfield, Rodgers, and it would most likely be for Neto. I did think about an Mbeumo and a Bruno Fernandes, mainly Bruno because of the Leicester fixture in game week 29. But right now, I'm trying to optimize my points and team at the same time for this game week. So I feel like playing on that Chelsea versus Leicester game, I think Neto has shown good form, and this could be a great turn for him, really. So I feel like that would be a better option. I say better because I know it's a risk. It's not necessarily the best transfer, but yeah, I'm thinking of the immediate right now and not the future. I did touch a bit on what my my chip strategy would be as well. So we'll be wildcarding soon, as in game week 35, and that is soon for me because it's a couple of game weeks away. It's not like it's 10 game weeks away. And even free hitting in game week 33, so that's even sooner. So my assets won't necessarily be in my team for a long time, so I can move them out even in game week 30. So it's really a punt for this game week, because Cunha is also out as well. I was really depending on him. So yeah, that's where I'm at with my transfer thoughts. Really looking to make one transfer, but if I really right before the deadline feel like I should get, you know, and I really want to optimize my team and I should get a Cunha, then I mean a replacement for Cunha, then I would most likely opt for Wissa over everybody else, over all the other options. So that's my thoughts when it comes to transfers. Let's take a look at what my bus team is set up like right now. But just before we do that, I would really appreciate it if you guys would hit that subscribe button. It would really mean a lot to me and the channel. If you're really loving the content, I am here giving you guys at least 2 to 3 pieces of content every week. So yeah, hope you're loving it. And yeah, let's get into my team. So in goals, I'm going to start off with a Jordan Pickford. I did have a David Raya in my transfer plans video, but I just feel like there's an opportunity there considering how good Everton are defensively to actually get a clean sheet as much as it's away at Wolves. I think Everton can definitely get away with a clean sheet there. Plus, when it comes to defense, I didn't want to double up. And what I mean is, in defense, I've gone with a 4. And that would be Munoz against Ipswich, Virgil and Trent against Southampton, and then have a Gabriel against Man United. And so I didn't want to double up there in case Man United does manage to sneak one past Arsenal, despite Arsenal's very, very great performance in the Champions League this game week. So that's the defense right there. I'm fairly, very, very happy with it. And yeah, man, I expect some good points there from the Liverpool team and including Ipswich as well. I think we'll see. You never know with Arsenal, but you know how cynical you always are as with your own team. It's so funny. So you never know with Arsenal. They are the best, defensive team, but like I said, sometimes they have their times like City where it's like great defense, but they'll sneak a goal past you. So yeah, it is what it is. I think my goalkeeper choice can change as well on the deadline. I'll just see what I feel like, and I'll also monitor how Man United perform and their team as well, selection as well, and just we'll see really how what the best option really is to go with there. But I think Pickford in goals right now is the best option. Going into the midfield, which is where I think it's the best time to touch on captaincy. I have Dango Ouattara as and Palmer with vice captaincy, Mo Salah with captaincy, and Rodgers at the moment, who that I'm looking to take out for Neto. So I think just look at that as a Neto at the moment. So that would be 2 players going against Leicester City at home, with the Salah against Southampton, and then Dango Ouattara. Now, touching on captaincy, so Salah was substituted in this Champions League tie against PSG. He apparently had a knock. I think we have to just wait and not panic in terms of what's going to really happen. I just think it does make it a lot more tough now when it comes to the captaincy decision. This is my advice. Look, it's Salah at home against Southampton. I don't care if Haaland is at home against Leicester. The form Salah's in, you put that captaincy on him. Even if you got a knock and got taken off in the 83rd minute of the game last night, you put it on Salah. And you wait for the actual team news. You hear what Arne Slot's going to say. If Arne Slot literally says that, yeah, he had a knock and he trained, then as far as I'm concerned, Salah's in. He's playing, he's a 90-minute man, that's it. But if he had a knock and he couldn't train, then it does become a lot more tricky. And even in that case, in all honesty, I would still put the captaincy on him and leave the vice captaincy on Leicester, on Palmer against Leicester. Reason being is that I feel like if Salah didn't train after this knock and it is a bit bad, I don't even think they would risk him against Southampton, who's fighting for relegation and, well, not really fighting for relegation, but yeah, I just don't think they'll take it lying down, quite frankly, as much as they are at Anfield. I think they'll put up a fight, and I don't think they'll risk Salah in that game, even if it's for like 5-10 minutes. That's just my opinion. That's what I think, right? And I think then you could see the captaincy going to Palmer, of course, because vice captaincy on him and Salah not playing, then clearly it would go to him, which I'll be happy for as well. And I say that because remember, it's this game this week, straight after having played PSG, and then they're going to be playing PSG again next week during the midweek. So that's why I'm saying I don't think they'll actually risk Mo Salah. I think they'll rather rest him and say, look, but just rest, don't even, because it's late on Wednesday. Now they've come back from France, basically, I'm assuming on Thursday, most likely train Friday, and then they still got to play on Saturday. So that's one rest day, one train day, and then game day. Yeah, like I think they're just gonna be like, no, Salah rest, bro. If he hasn't trained, that's what I think. So just wait to hear. If they haven't trained, same thing. Stick it on Salah, because I honestly feel like that's a game in which Salah can really just explode and decide to keep building his momentum. But yeah, otherwise, a lot of people are worried about Dango Ouattara. I think this is just another game week where we have to hold on to him and just see whether or not he plays, and where he plays and how effective he is as well in the changes, considering Evan Nelson is back. Until then, we hold and we only make decisions on him in game week 29 after game week 28 and seeing how he is fitting into the team or plays in the team really with Evan Nelson back. So moving on into the strike force and revealing my bench as well. I'm going to be playing Beto with Wood. Beto against a Wolves without a Cunha, I'm very happy with, and then Wood as well. Of course, who's also in good form, playing against Man City at home. I'm fairly confident in that as well. Morgan Gibbs-White on my bench, another player who has been in form. I'm happy for him to come on if there is anybody who doesn't perform. We'll play like Mo Salah and then Hoyson as well against Tottenham there. I'm fairly confident that Bournemouth can do something against them. So yeah, that's my team, and the real big question is, can my team close the gap on the Fantasy Football G League against the number one team that has been up there for a while, is the Tempestuousy. It is close in terms now. Like, the gap used to be big, but it's down to around just over 60 points, and I think it's very doable if I'm staying positive. He still has his chips. Joseph is no joke as a manager. So yeah, on the other end as well, slotting them away right behind Killer Squad has got some real big dilemmas, because I took a look at his team and he's got the Cunha, he's got the Mateta, and he's got the Isak. So that's a real big headache for him, because he's not sure if Isak's really even gonna play. Not sure how many transfers he has. I think he's only got one free transfer. But yeah, it looks like somebody might have to take a hit, eh? Yeah. I think Isak will definitely play though. And if he does, then I think he saves him and he has to play his bench. But right behind him as well is Marcel Oscar, who's also been doing very well in staying in the top 10, taking a lot of hits as well. I think he's got great testimony of how hits can help, but sometimes not help. Coming out of nowhere, number 5 behind Marcel is Saka Boom, who came up with a big charge, and really, really proud. He was hanging out at the top 10 for a while, but now it's the business end of the season. So can he stay in the top 5 there as well? And we have right at number 6 is Air, thy greatest Air, at number 6, who's also been in the top 10 as well. Sono FC cracking back into the top 10 as well, a familiar name from the earlier stages of the season. So it seems like guys tend to become late risers, eh? High and Mighty right behind him as well at number 8, sorry. And then Dallas Dominators dropping down all the way to number 9. It is very close there between number 8 and going all the way to Artel Marcel Oscar. It seems like Tiamo's managed to slip away from that team there. In fact, even number 9, the number 9 tied in with Eze Go there as well. And that's the top 10 of the Fantasy Football G League, guys. Really tough. We got just over 50 participants in there. League code is in the description. I shout you guys out every game week in the top 10. So if you're in the top 10, you get a little shout out just like that. But yeah, hop in if you still want to. It's never too late. Yeah, guys, if you guys actually want to find out what are the best transfers to make and get transfer tips from me as well, then you can check out this video over here. And please, the most important part is don't forget to hit the subscribe button right over here. Would really appreciate it, and I'm wishing you guys a whole lot of luck for game week 28. See you guys in the next video. Peace.